Okay, Gemini, I need a challenging cat eye gel nail set.
To step up from a standard diagonal stripe and create a truly challenging cat eye set, you should explore techniques that involve magnetic layering, negative space masking, or 3D structural overlays. Since you are already familiar with the basics of magnetic gel, here are 3 advanced concepts that will test your precision and magnet control. 1. The optical illusion glass floating heart. This is currently one of the most technical magnetic designs because it requires manipulating the particles into a specific 3D shape that appears to float inside the nail. The challenge: you have to create a custom tool by bending a thin piece of wire, like a paperclip, into a small V or heart shape. Technique: after applying a thick layer of cat eye gel, use a strong neodymium magnet to pull all the shimmer to the center of the nail. While the particles are concentrated, hover your shaped wire tool parallel to the nail. The wire disrupts the magnetic field in a precise pattern, carving a heart out of the shimmer. Difficulty: it requires extremely steady hands and perfect timing before the gel levels out. 2. Double-layered galaxy depth, the jelly sandwich. Instead of one layer of cat eye, this uses multiple layers of translucent jelly colors to create a deep telescopic effect. The challenge: managing multiple magnetic fields without muddying the previous layers. Technique: 1. Apply a dark base and a layer of silver cat eye. Use the magnet to create a velvet effect, dispersing particles to the edges. Cure. 2. Apply a thin layer of a translucent jelly color, like deep emerald or royal blue. 3. Apply a second layer of magnetic gel, but this time use the magnet to create a sharp S-curve or diagonal strike. The result: the velvet layer provides a glowing background while the sharp line appears to sit above it, creating an incredible sense of 3D depth. 3. Textured satin ribbon with 3D ribbing. This set combines the satin magnet trend of 2026 with physical texture. The challenge: combining a matte finish with high-gloss 3D elements to play with light reflection. Technique: 1. Apply your magnetic gel and use a wide-field magnet to create a soft satin-like glow, avoiding sharp lines. 2. Apply a matte top coat and cure. This kills the surface shine, but keeps the magnetic depth visible underneath. 3. Use a high-viscosity clear builder gel or 3D pudding gel to draw fine raised lines, like the ridges of a seashell or a ribbed sweater, over the matte surface. The result: the light will catch the 3D ridges and the magnetic shimmer simultaneously, creating a complex moving texture. Pro tip for 2026 trends: the water magnet, or water mag look, is the latest professional evolution. It involves using a cylindrical magnet to create ripples that mimic sunlight hitting the bottom of a pool. To make it challenging, try doing this as a French tip only eau, which requires masking off the nail bed to keep the magnetic movement strictly at the free edge.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Isms by Josie. Today we're going to be doing another AI design, and we're using Varnail's Fruit Party collection. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for tuning in. And for my new viewers, please consider subscribing, share, hit that like button, leave a comment below, and click on that notification bell for future videos. So today, you guys, we are going to be working with Fruit Party. Of course, as you've seen earlier, I had asked AI to give me a cat eye gel challenge, knowing that I had to redo my nail set, which I've scraped and did my infill. I removed the bulk because I wasn't too happy with how it was looking, so it's a lot nicer, I think, for what I like. If you like them, you know, a little thicker than that, then that's, you know, that's okay too. But alright, so I do have my challenge. I've only done straight cat eye, doing the activation, and that's pretty much it. Every now and then I'll throw in a few lines, but it sounds like I'm going to have to be doing a lot more. So we're using Fruit Party. This isn't a new arrival, but is definitely a kit that I really wanted to try out because it gives that nice velvety look to it. So here is the Code number C18 Fruit Party. If you don't know already, I am a brand ambassador with Farnail. I have my ambassador link in the description box below. Please feel free to use that, as the traffic on there greatly helps me out and I appreciate all of your support. And along with that, I have my 25% discount code. They work on any regular priced item and doesn't work on obviously clearance or sales, and it doesn't work on bundles or boxes. But if you don't feel like you need the collection, you can always navigate out to the individual bottles that I'll be showing you all the numbers for. Because sometimes, you know, especially when it comes to pinks, I'm not going to want the whole collection, but I'm going to open it here for you guys today on this channel, so you have that choice. All right, so getting into this box. Now this is a re-unboxing. I usually do my boxings live on my members only. So let's just look ahead at, or re-look ahead at what we're working with today. So this one is CEFP03 Carambola, and they call it Fruit Party because every polish on here is inspired by a fruit. So if you don't know what a carambola is, that's fine, I don't either. But I guess they're picking very inspirational fruits that probably have the colors in there that just, you know, inspire. Cat eye gel polish. Alright, so this one here is like a camel color. But these are going to be two-toned cat eye gels, just looking at the labels. So this is a tan look, but it looks like it's hiding in the metallics a nice pretty pink sheen to it. So I'm going to look forward to using that in the future if I do. But here is the swatch. So like I said, it comes out of camel, but the metallics reflect a nice soft pink. All right. This one here is CEFP06 Blueberry. So of course this has a double hue of purple and blue. This is what it looks like, a violet. But as you can see though, the metallics are bluish. And then this is going to be the swatch on top. Very blueberry-esque. Right, this one here is ZEFP02 Strawberry, and I love strawberries. This one is coming out like a coral, but the metallics are giving off an orange. So this one's going to be interesting. And here's the swatch. Okay, this one kind of looks one-tone color. So I guess there's the coral, and there's the it comes off more pinkish. So maybe that orange I saw was more for the coral, and then the metals itself are like the pinkish color. All right, this next one here is Green Mango CEFP04. And it's definitely mint, and it's got some metallic hues of pink. So that one's going to be so pretty. Growing up, I think Paisley came back with the movie Mod Squad. So any Paisley shirts that I've seen were always like pink and mint greens and stuff like that. So this is what it reminds me of. Okay. This next color here is CEFP05 Passion Fruit. I don't know if I've ever had one, but they're more common these days. So this one is coming off like I don't want to say mauve, but I want to say mauve. And it has a metallic sheen of some sort of orangey, brownish. I don't know how to explain it. And I don't know if I had a passion fruit because I don't even remember what the colors look like on there. But this is what it's looking like. We have that mauve color. And then the metals have some sort of beigey, orangey kind of look to it. And then last but not least, we have CEFP01 guava. I definitely had guava, but I don't think it's ever been fresh. So I have no idea what a guava looks like. But this one is nice. This reminds me of bubble yum. It's got that kind of limeish green color, and then you can see the metals in there, kind of pink. So if you ever had the watermelon bubble, what did I say? Bubble yum. I always love biting into those because it had the green around. You bite into it, and inside is the red or the pink or whatever it was. But here's the swatch. You have the nice greenish base with the metals in there that are like light pinkish. All right. So those are the colors. Let's set this up now. I have to choose colors that I'm gonna want to use for this set today. And I do not know where to begin, but I definitely know that we have to use the blueberry. And because I like the greens, we're going to do green mango and guava. Let me see. Well, all right. We are given like four kind of options, four challenges, I mean, for this cat eye. So, where's that? Was it this one? All right, we have to do strawberry because I like strawberry. So we have that. You know what? Maybe I want to do that carambola. We have that. Does that really leave room for these other colors? Uh-oh. So what color do I want for the ripple? Because I think I'm going to use these two for the whatchamacallits. These two I'm going to use for the galaxy one. This one I think will work really nice for the matte and the gloss stripey thing that they were talking about. As far as the hearts go, I just want to pick something that I think will look nice. I really want to use these two greens, but maybe this kind of cold color is not working with these three at the moment. So maybe I don't use green mango. So maybe we'll use these two for the ripple and the heart. Or maybe we do use the green. This is a tough one. Well, let me just clip a minute and then I'll come back in and I'll let you know what the plan is for these AI nails. Okay, maybe I just go nuts and use all the colors. So I'll use the blueberry and the strawberry for the double layered galaxy depth challenge. Then I'm going to use the carambola to do the textured satin ribbon with a 3D ribbon challenge. Maybe I'll use the green mango to do the pro tip, the water magnet French, which I have no idea how I'm going to do, but we'll figure that out. And then I'm going to do the passion fruit and guava to make the optical illusion glass floating flower heart, because this has more of the it has more of the pinkish hues to make a heart, question mark. So yeah, we're gonna just do that. All right, so I'm gonna go and start these designs. I've already put a base coat on each of the nails, and I like putting them on the other underside too. So that is quite up to you if you like doing that. But so now it's all gravy.
Alright, so we're going to use carambola for our first nail, and we're putting this on our ring finger. For this one, I don't remember if I show it, but I put 2 layers of this. That kind of just makes the cat eye as bold as it can be, because when you put cat eye gels without a background, you're kind of working on sheer. And some cat eye gels are a translucent base or jelly base, to where it's going to be hard to see, which is why sometimes you would want to put a dark color background, typically black, for cat eye gels. This one does have some pigment, but it is a little sheer putting it on, so I did double up. The magnet that I used is a Varnail by, I think all of this stuff is Varnail, by the way. And it's such a nifty magnet. If you are not comfortable using the typical magnet stick that you get, if you are not that great at pushing the metals towards the center of your nail, that little doohickey there that you can totally use my ambassador link in the description box below to navigate to their cat eye magnets. You'll see that there. It'll push everything in the middle for you. Of course, if you have a super long nail, that might be, you're probably better off getting a high powerful long magnet that I actually got from Born Pretty, I think. But anyway, for my thumb and pinky, I am using a black background because we are going to be doing the galaxy overlapping layers. I try not to use a background because I like to show the true color of a cat eye gel. But when you do galaxies or aurora borealis or anything like that, it's always great to use a dark color. I try to steer away from black just because it's so finicky to cure. If you're using black, apply it in thin layers as many times as you need to get it to the opacity that you want, because it is hard to cure. In this case, I did 2 layers, 2 thin layers, and that worked fairly well. So for other brands, Rosalind takes me forever. Born Pretty, I think it's just 2 layers, I feel. Madam Glam, I think, is 1, because Madam Glam has a nice viscosity to it. But it's been a hot minute since I've used any of that, so I'm not sure where they're at now with that. You can comment below, and if you've used Black and Madam Glam or other brands that you would want to steer away from, just to help the viewers out. But Varnail is kind of my, obviously go-to for everything. But again, I do put it as thinly as possible. So, alright. And I thought that it would be just easier to do these layers at the moment, the basic stuff, before we get into the little fancy. For Blueberry, I thought was going to be the better way to go on this layer stuff. So they want you to use a silver, or they want me to use a silver cat eye and put some jelly polish over it, but that's just too many layers already. And this Fruit Party has really super ultra pretty colors already in the cat eye gel. So I'm not going to do the jelly. The blueberry, as you can see here, it's gorgeous. It looks like blueberry. It's very trippy. So I'm just activating the metals, and I feel like you have to have a small nail for that stuff to kind of see how it's like. I just feel like if it's a large surface, I don't think the magnet might be as powerful, or maybe that's just me. But yeah, I'm just doing an extra push on top of that magnet. And I am going to use the circular end. I tried to use the circular end of my paw magnet and it was too strong. This one is just going to be just right. It's going to give me that small cat eye. And look how trippy that is. That's exactly what you would do if you want that wormhole in the middle of your nail. So I'm going to put strawberry over it to do the S curves that it was telling me to do. So I'm just in love with that color. It's so vibrant. I don't like layering cat eye gels, but it is what it is. So putting this, I mean, it's kind of sheer, but look at the coverage that you get with this. That is pretty tremendous for their cat eye gels. I do like the Varnell brand. I wouldn't be showing it to you otherwise all the time, but it has great coverage. This is all of these have like this velvety finish to it too. I was a little upset though using the strawberry because it's so pretty on its own, and then the blueberry's definitely pretty on its own, but here it's washed out, so I'm like, oh, I wish I did this, you know, backwards, and I did the strawberry first and then I did the blueberry on top, because the strawberry has a stronger gel base that it's covering. You can still see the blueberry cat eye wormhole underneath, so it's not that big of a deal, but for me it is. So for the pinky nail, I decided to kind of invert the colors. So I'm putting strawberry first. With cat eyes, I don't know. I try not to go too close to my cuticle, so there is a little band of black. If that's not your shtick, I highly recommend using a detail brush to brush around the edges to get all of that strawberry on there. I'm using this magnet again from Varnell, and I realized this was cool. I thought I was making a circle with some little swirls until I realized it was making a letter S, and I'm like, no, this isn't Superman here. Let's redo this. So I'm redoing it. Look at the color. I really love it. But I'm going to do the wormhole in here. The closer you are to the surface, the smaller of the magnet it's going to be. So if you pull it farther away, that circle is not going to be as crisp of a line as you see on my nail. Well, now it's covered by blueberry. But yeah, so just a little tip for magnets if you're trying to do the wormhole. Alright, so now that we push that in the center, I have two ones here that I'm going to use to make the letter S. So you want two magnets pushing on the opposing side. If you use a circle, it turns the line into a curve. If you just wanted a straight line, you don't necessarily need two magnets, you just need the one long one and lay across the nail. I decided to put a curvy line as the AI suggested. Alright, for this one, again, I'm a little upset because I am using, I think this is passion fruit, and I wanted to do the heart with this, but then the color, I think I ended up putting mango or guava over it. It just washed it out, so I kind of did, you'll see, but I did a layer over that. I don't know if I'm going to put any beads because this is very descriptive design here. So, well, months down the road, maybe a year down the road, this would have been difficult to use a paper clip. I don't even have a single paper clip in my place here, which is why I've never attempted it. But now they make the magnets for the heart shape. So that was pretty easy. Okay, so guava. I put guava on top. And it washed out the heart, and it was just a little devastating because I did want that green and pink on this nail. I just didn't like how it looked, so I ended up doing another layer of passion fruit, and it washed out the guava a little bit. So, and then I was like, oh, I wish I could take it back, but I wasn't going to do another layer. So here, you see, you can kind of see it. I should have just left it, but I didn't like that heart was so faint. So yeah, I'm just gonna put more passion fruit on it. I don't know. Comment below. Let me know if this final result on this nail was better than leaving it with the guava on top. So that's a tough thing when I do these collections. I normally select one color per nail, but all of that, these cat eye gels were so pretty that I really wanted to use all of them. I have 2 size hearts. If you go on the website, there's 2 different ones, and I couldn't remember which one it was, but it was this one. So yeah, again, if you go close to the nail, it will make that line super sharp. If you pull it farther away, it'll diffuse the line and make a softer shape look. I like it to be very crisp, so I was trying to get it like really up close without having to touch it, because then it will leave like a bubble. Alright, last green mango is going to be my French nail. I guess I will leave some beads here, but let's talk about the French tip. So it said French tip with a ripple. And I was like, what are they talking about? I'm always like missing out on these trends that everybody's doing. And I remember nails by Jeannie SC. She did a ripple. I think it was supposed to be like silk. Or was that Lena? I think they both did it. But anyway, so I was like, oh, okay, I think I know what they're talking about now. So I'm using this beautiful green mango on this nail as a French, so it's gonna be nice and soft. And then I'm gonna use some of my ball magnets that I never get to use to do the ripples. I wish they were smaller because the magnets on the French tip didn't show as well as it would have if the scale of the magnetic balls were smaller like this, but it is what it is. And then after that, I gloss all the nails except for the ring nail. The ring nail I'm going to cover matte, and then I'm going to use some I think it's Savvyland Builder Gel to do the striping. And then I'll pop back in with the end results. But for now, I'm going to leave some beads for you guys.
And here is the end result of our AI nail design today. Comment below and let me know what you think. I do love a bunch of these aspects regarding the cat eye gel challenge. As far as the colors and the design, it's all over the place, in my opinion. But you can take little bits of technique from AI and use it as you will. I really love the pinky nail. I think if I just kept the index with the passion fruit and the green mango on top, it would have been fine. I just got a little crazy. But yeah, I mean, this is the first time that I've gotten to use some of these magnet things from Varnail, and it worked out fairly well. Ooh, and I love it worked out with the green mango in this French because it does look like the ocean floor. Sometimes I have my schedule and I do things when I do things that I always miss these trends, and that ripple effect definitely was pretty cool. And again, I think my pinky is my favorite. I love doing Aurora nails, and you really have to play with the opacity of the gels to see which ones work great on top of each other. But love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you again in another AI design, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks. Bye.